in there. And Kelly, I'm going to go to you on this. As we were watching, the son looked like he could care less. You were on opening statements with me, and the son was, he just kind of shook his head and sat there. We didn't notice anything. Dad, we saw some self-soothing behavior with the rocking, the crying, hanging his head. Big difference, wasn't it?
Night and day. So let's talk about the father. As soon as the father walked in, you could see from his body language, he was hunched over. He looked confused on where to go, what to do, where to sit. He sat down. He was, as you said, going back and forth, and got very, very emotional. On the other side, the son, we didn't see his whole face, but just sat there. It appeared was very calm, very cool, very collective. You would very mature, so to speak, for someone his age, with these serious allegations in charge, and answered the judge's question. It was completely different, like two different people.
Right. You're right, Kelly. Night and day. It really was. We've got the split screen there. If you missed it earlier, as Kelly noted, we didn't see much of the kid's face. That hair was covering up most of it. And then Dad with a much shorter haircut. You can see the rocking there. Look at him. He rocking in his chair, which we've learned from our body language expert guests. That is a way that defendants kind of soothe themselves sometimes when they're in the hot seat. And boy, oh boy, is he in a hot seat. The allegation that he provided his son with a weapon after both the FBI and the local sheriff's department had investigated his son for making online school shooting threats. 2 investigations. Dad was aware of both and gave the child what is called in the charging documents that we just got a hold of, some referring from the exact document. And let me, and AR, let's see, oh, I lost my notes, darn it. Let me pull it up here, because I want to make sure, okay, let me look at my computer. A semi-automatic AR-15 style rifle. Semi-automatic AR-15 style rifle. Dr. Jason Piccolo, you're an expert in firearms. I know you haven't seen this, but I'm reading the language exactly from the charging document we just got. Tell us about that weapon, please.
Well, it's a semi-automatic weapon. It fires most likely a 5.56 or a .223 caliber round, which is bigger than a .22, a lot more velocity, and it kills. The other thing, AR actually stands for armor light. It's not assault rifle. That's a big misconception about that. But yes, it is one of the most popular firearm platform.
Dr. Jason, and thank you for that. And it's a common misconception, you're right. AR, when you see that, that does not rifle, as Dr. Jason noted. ARM developed the AR-15, and now gun manufacturers have that says style. It notes the same does not mean Jason. Still, this is for a person to have, and the allegation here is that this kid was dangerous. Apparently, you heard me say the FBI and the sheriff's department, 2 investigations into him making online school, and his father is said to have provided him a response to that.
You know, I could have a lot to say about them when it comes to these types of investigations. Maybe they are spread. One force allegedly was supposed to be responsible. Take that weapon away. You are the responsible these cases come in. Now, one thing I do want to say, the FBI is spread too thin. Maybe we need to have more resources for these schools. You know, we spent $1 trillion+ probably on the TSA. Maybe it's time to function.
Yes. Unfortunately. For those 2 school resource officers, those 2 heroes, the good guys with the guns who stood with the gun by approaching him, and of course then gave up and surrendered. But who knows how many more lives would be lost. Kelly, Hyman, let's talk about this. Going on the offensive, we started the airports. What a great comparison, how we're running things more closely. Your thoughts on some changes that could perhaps be effective in preventing these massacres?
Knowledge is key, so it's really important. As we talked about earlier, the knowledge, if there's some kind of issue with the child, that is, when he goes to a different school, that knowledge is passed on to the other school. So systems in place in the school. I have family members that are teachers, so hearing stories like this is near and dear to my heart, and making sure that not only our children, but our teachers that pass on their knowledge, that dedicate themselves to helping children grow and nourish, that that they are safe and protected as well. So that knowledge is key, and absolutely resources to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Enough is enough. I mean, we need to make sure that our kids are safe. They go to school to learn, not worried about someone is going to come and harm them and they need to hide.
Right, Kelly. I want to see our federal government start spending money in our local school districts. Enough is enough. More of the good guys with the guns, more metal detectors, no more backpacks. Enough is enough. Clear bags. We don't want another Ethan Crumbley situation where we don't feel comfortable in searching that bag. We need more visits from our canine friends. So many things need to be done. We're going to continue the conversation in just a moment, but we've got the first court appearances, the arraignments for the two Grays, Colt Gray and Colin Gray, the son and the father now facing charges in connection with the Appalachia school shooting. Our hearts go out to the victims and their family members. And we're learning that there's going to be a press conference soon, and I hope we get some more answers, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that dad is only charged with 2 counts of murder. Son's charged with 4, and we know son's accused of killing 4 people. And dad's being charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. And so I'm wondering, are we going to see some amendments done? It's not too late. The indictment can be amended for quite some time in this process. So I'm curious if that question may be answered, perhaps by the DA. We're not sure who's going to be assembling, but our team is there in the courtroom. Our producer, Tiffany, noting that Colin Gray was very tearful when he appeared in court to face charges connected to his son's alleged actions.